is Star, our foster greyhound with mobility issues. Over the last few episodes, we've explored some treatment options to overcome her mysterious leg weakness, but they've only yielded temporary results. What we really need is an MRI to identify what is causing the issue, but these are expensive. In this episode of the Greyt Show of Greyhounds, we're going to talk with Jan of Critter Crusaders of Cedar Rapids, and we're going to find out how her organization was able to help out. Back in September, Star was flown all the way up to Iowa from Texas by pilots and paws. She had been found running down a gravel road by some very kind people who had a nearby farm.
And people just dump animals on it. And so someone had dumped her. They were trying to find someone who could take her and fatten her up and make her healthy again.
We're fostering her through Heartland Greyhound Adoption, and we've had her for about 5 months. We are now deep into winter, and we are discovering that she is a southern girl who does not like the cold. We're having difficulty finding someone to adopt her because she has trouble climbing stairs and has limited bladder control, so she wears a diaper often. We've tried several treatment options like lasers and acupuncture, but they've only made temporary improvements, so we've reached out to another local organization for help. So Jan, what is Critter Crusaders of Cedar Rapids?
We're a medical organization that focuses on providing medical care for shelters and rescues, primarily homeless animals. We do this as an alternative to euthanasia for many shelters and rescues who lack the resources to do this. We are not a rescue, we're strictly an animal medical organization.
How did you decide where to take Star for her treatment?
We formed some partnerships all around eastern Iowa, even out of state. Star needed an MRI. That was the only thing that was going to give us any type of a diagnostic on her neurological condition. The University of Wisconsin-Madison Veterinary Medical Teaching Hospital, they're one of our veterinary partners, and that's where we decided to take her for her treatment.
Star received a full medical examination while at Madison. That's why she has a shaved belly. She received an ultrasound. They also took some blood samples and they gave her a spinal tap. This bald patch here on the back of her neck is where they gave her an MRI, and they found that her incontinence and the weakness in her legs is not due to an old injury. It's actually a cyst on her third vertebra that is compressing her spine and blocking the signals from her brain down to the rest of her body. And that is why the laser treatment did not improve her situation. There's no injury to heal. The steroid treatment is going to be used to reduce the fluid in that cyst rather than surgery. The concern is that scar tissue from the surgery would cause compression all the same. Now that we have an understanding of what is wrong with her, we realize how inappropriate it is for her to live in a house with all of these steps. She cannot and will not be able to function here. She's going to be moving to a new foster home where there are no stairs, and someone with a work schedule that is more flexible than ours.
I'm semi-retired, I still do work part-time, but I'm able to get home pretty regularly so that we can get her out because she still has some problems with her bladder control.
This is Pat, and she is the person who is taking in Star now that we can't have her at our house.
We've had her for, I think, about 5 months. My house is all on one level.
Yes.
And to get outside, all she has to do is walk down about 2 steps. And she is also able to walk up those 2 steps, which was a little bit easier for her than having to be either carried or try to manage the steps on her own.
How did you learn about Star, and what made you want to take her in?
Over Christmas, my 13-year-old greyhound died, and I have a 9-year-old greyhound at home who just went in his bedroom and didn't come out for about a week because he was so depressed. So I thought immediately we needed to get another greyhound for the house. And I went on Heartland website and I saw Star, and I saw that she was special needs and she'd had quite a journey to get to us. And so the more I read about her, the more it just felt like this was the one we were supposed to take. We came to visit her at your house. I brought Ben, and Ben and Star just like walked up to each other and just leaned against each other, and I knew it was the right one. So we made some plans to pick her up around the 1st of February, and she's been with us ever since.
Yeah. Star's had some delays getting on her steroid because she's had several health issues come up that needed to be dealt with first. Could you remind me of some of those?
Sure. When you guys got her, I don't know if she had hookworms early on, but I know that she contracted them again, hookworms and tapeworms. She got a UTI, a urinary tract infection.
Star has a few tick-borne illnesses from her time out on her own.
Ehrlichia, which is a canine Lyme disease.
So she's on doxycycline for that.
and she developed a pyometra, which is an infection of the uterus. And
dogs can actually rapidly die from this. There's two different forms of it. Star luckily had the form that was more external, so the infection was able to leach out of her body as opposed to forming a massive abscess that could have killed her.
that was the scariest part because she was not eating and infection was just kind of going through her body. We had to have an emergency hysterectomy and we got that taken care of, and now she eats like a little horse, don't you? You surprised me. I've never had a female that wasn't spayed, so I didn't know that she was in heat until Ben started following her around. And I thought, what is this?
You know, it's not uncommon for us to take an animal in and to find medical issues that aren't even related to the original complaint coming from the rescues.
She's only been on a steroid for a short time, so
Yeah,
I
not
don't
like
know.
3 weeks.
I think it's still a little too soon to see any results from that.
If it works, we'll probably be on a permanent basis.
Surgery is always an option, although there's no guarantees that the cyst won't come back. And so this is our best choice for her. We believe that she's going to do extremely well. We keep reporting into the University of Wisconsin Department of Neurology as far as how she is doing on the steroid therapy, and they will guide the course of treatment based on our reports.
Sounds like it was fairly complex procedures to uncover her issues. What were some of the costs involved?
Oh, the MRIs alone, although we are a partner of the Veterinary Medical Teaching Hospital and we do get a discount for everything, but the MRI alone was right around $3,200. It's why many rescues and shelters and individuals can't exactly afford this treatment for their homeless pets.
How can people help Critter Crusaders?
Donations are how we make our money. We're a nonprofit. Since 2008, we were formed specifically to help homeless shelter and rescue pets with medical care to avoid euthanasia. We have a website at crittercrusaderscr.org. The greatness of our communities are absolutely based on how we treat our animals.
You can also find that donation link here in this video's description box. Star has been the most challenging and time-consuming foster dog that we've ever had, but she's also been the most rewarding and my favorite.
She's just, you know, she's one of the sweetest dogs I have ever had.
Now it is time for this episode's photo finish. This is one of Pat's best pictures of Star. She's been posting it all over Facebook. I encourage all of you to go on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter and post at The Greyt Show your favorite picture of your Grey with the hashtag photo finish. In the next episode of The Greyt Show, we're going to get Star, the most underweight foster we've ever had, together with Jumper, the most overweight foster we've had, to discuss what the appropriate weight of a greyhound should be. A link to that episode as well as the previous can be found over here, along with a playlist of Star's journey back to health. Down below is a link to subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can also find us and Critter Crusaders on social media. Thank you very much for watching Star's multi-part story. Have a great day.